Alright, so here we are in Photoshop today. What we're going to be learning about is the brush tool. We're going to get into magic wand stuff, and first you got to kind of learn how the brush tool works. So if you look over here, if you right click, here's the different ones you can choose from. We're just going to work with the brush tool, or if you look right next to it, just the letter B. Now up here there's two ways to get to it. You can either go right here, and these are all the different types of basically what the brush will look like. So right here I'm on this one, so you can see there's size 56. If I slide this over, the circle gets larger. Okay, so this is just the size of it. The hardness is something different. So if I go like this and I paint on here, you can see how it's kind of like almost like spray paint, I guess you could say. If I right click, or if I just right click here, I change this hardness to 100%, what does that look like? Well, the changes are this. So you can see the more hard it is, the more heavy it is. The less the hardness, the lighter it'll be. So that's kind of how that looks. Whoops. Anyway, okay, so what we're going to do with the brush tool is just basically paint a simple picture. So I'm going to start out here. I'm going to make a sky, so let's choose a nice light blue. And again, if I was sitting here coloring it like that, it would take me forever. So I might right click, might change that. There you go. We make it large. And the other thing, you just click on it. So you can fill background, but this works too. So we'll color here. And then let's change this to a little darker. I'll take that off a little bit. Well, pretty big. So, okay, so I'm just going to run that over, and you can kind of see it. Might change the size here. That's kind of my horizon. So there we go. Well, let's get one more color. I'm going to make it just a tish darker here. Change that size. I got a couple different ones. So there's my picture so far. Now, two ways you can get a new layer is if I go down here, you can see the little page thing. I can create a new layer. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to draw a house. So let's change this color to, we'll do a dark red here. And you can see here, I'm just drawing this with my mouse, so it's not going to be pretty. Perfect. And honestly, let's just color it in. It doesn't have to be perfect either, so if you got a couple little gaps in it, that's fine. Okay. So, like that. There's my weird looking house. Okay. And let's change that color. Let's make it one a little darker here. We'll go right there. Right click. Let's add some windows in there. Again, doesn't have to be pretty. I'm just trying to do this quickly, I guess. And we'll give ourselves a nice little front door. And door handle. Now, this entire, there we go. This entire picture now is part of this. So if I click, I can move it. And again, if you click on something, whoops, I did not want to do that. I made it black and white. So if I click on this, you can change it because it's in that layer altogether. Okay? So there's my house. Now let's add some grass. If I click the brush tool again, and I'm going to click two colors this time. I'm going to have green. I'm going to have a green, and then, whoops, I'm going to have a green. Let's try that one again. Green, and then my background might change. Okay, so let's do them both. Sorry, one, and I'll change my other green to a little brighter. So you can kind of see here they're both green. Now what does that do is when we go down here, there is one. It's a grass one. And again, you can change the size of that. So if you're wondering how big that's going to be, you know, I'm just clicking and holding, and then we can run the grass wherever you want, you know. And if you want something a little larger, just go make it a little larger, and that goes wherever. I'm just holding it down. That's the easy thing. I mean, you can click it too, but holding it down makes it a lot easier. And there we go. Add the grass all over. And I'll put some right here in front of the house. There. And you can fill that in as much as you want. And I'm just going to... There. Now we have our nice lawn. Let's add a tree. So I'm going over here, the color picker. I change this. Let's go... actually red usually gives me a nice kind of brownish red color. Okay, I'm going to right click, change this. That size will be too big. There we go. And I'm going to draw a tree. And I know you're looking at this and like, well, that tree's awful. And it is. But we'll kind of branch off here. We'll have some here. Add a couple little branches here. The tree's looking pretty homely. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to add some, if you click here, you can kind of go through the colors. So if you're wondering, oh, I'm kind of looking for this, let's go for some orange and green. So I might pick that as one. I'm going to kind of leave the background as that green. And I might right click, and if you scroll down here, there should be, move that up a little bit. There should be the leaves. There, number 33. And again, you can try one, see what that looks like, and go, okay, that's the size I want. And we're just gonna make the tree. There's our tree now. Let's say, oh, it's pretty simple. Let's say we want to add a quick chimney here. Keep that same. I'll just do, actually, I'll do this one. See if I click the color picker on there, it'll automatically pick that color. I need to make that a little smaller. And here's my chimney. Alright, let's add a little smoke. Well, seeing them, you can choose one of these ones that are a little different. And you leave the hardness up. And let's change that color to a nice gray. And even that, I would probably, that one's pretty, I'd even go less. And there we go. Okay, and so that's what you're going to be drawing today, using just the brush tool. You can save it, call it brush with your first and last name. Alright, that is it.